Welcome to another Learner's Mindset discussion. I'm Dwayne Hrapnick, and my esteemed colleague is.
Dr. Talissa Thibodeau.
It's been a little while since we've put together a Learner's Mindset discussion, and I think we have a special topic to explore. And it really relates to a very recent event that I experienced. And actually, Talissa, you've been experiencing a lot of similar events in terms of moving offices, a variety of other things. So I moved this past weekend, and it was the first move I'd made in 8 years. And I was just shocked at the amount of stuff that I had collected, my family had collected over the past 8 years. Now, before I let you know this information about the stuff, I have to explain something about why we moved. I'm at that stage of life where my boys are almost out of the nest. One of my sons is getting married this fall. He's starting up a couple of new businesses in the new location where he's living. My older son is shifting. He's still racing downhill and enduro, mountain biking, but he's also looking at going to school this fall. And he's sustained some injuries. Hey, it's racing. That's what happens. And so he's looking to actually add another dimension. So he's going to school. My landlord sold the house, so I had to move. So that's why I'm in this predicament. But it's actually a good predicament in one sense. As we were packing up our house, I was eliminating as many things as I could. And I was selling stuff I didn't need, But then as it got closer and the time crunch hit, it was just a matter of stuffing everything, all this stuff into boxes and marking office, bedroom, living room. And all our stuff got stuffed into boxes and we moved it all over. As I've started to unpack the last couple of days, it is so foolish. I have probably 15 to 20 cables for my phone. Do I need them? I have duplicates, triplicates, quadruplicates of so many different things. I've collected so much stuff, and I've been purging before I moved. And now I'm excited. We're purging even more. We're getting rid of dressers. We're getting rid of tables that we don't really need, that we never really use. My wife asked me this morning, so we've had this coffee maker in storage for the past 8 years. Do you think we should get rid of it? Well, we've never used it for 8 years. And the reason this is important is that we're only in this place for another year, and then my wife and I are probably going to be moving into one of our last moves, where we move into that sort of seniors condominium type of a place where we're going to have to get rid of even more stuff, right? So it really struck me. Why do we collect so much stuff? Why? And what do we do with this stuff? I try to be responsible, taking it to the thrift store. Even some of my tools, there's a tool company here that sells tools where you can actually go and donate old tools and they'll refurbish them. So I've been doing the responsible thing and taking my stuff all over the place, but I'm getting rid of it. So can you relate to this at all? I know you've undergone a few moves. Any insights into your collection of stuff?
Well, maybe not my collection of stuff, but my husband's collection of stuff. When you say stuff, all I can think about is a jam-packed shop he has out there that I've been telling him, you've got to get rid of some of this stuff. And I don't think he's quite hit that point where he's ready to jump off and get rid of some of that stuff. But I see things as an opportunity, right? And so this is a challenge. And so he's going to have to learn how to turn this challenge of getting rid of some of this stuff into his opportunity, like I think you're getting into.
Oh yeah, yeah. There's always a moral to the story here with all this stuff. um, it's made me think though. Getting rid of stuff, when we talk about physical things, we have sort of an attachment to it, some sentimentality, but eventually we get rid of it when we don't have the room. We just get rid of it, and maybe somebody else can use it, maybe somebody else doesn't. I also took a lot of loads to the dump. Okay, and it costs quite a bit of money to it costs you money to throw your stuff away. It's wild. So it made me think. Getting rid of stuff is important, right? But yet it's gone, and we don't think about it. Now, over the years, you and I, as learning theorists and as researchers and as professors, have accumulated a lot of stuff, a lot of intellectual stuff. Now, not necessarily intellectual stuff. We've actually accumulated a lot of good stuff in the sense that we've come up with approaches and theories and methodologies that we are now giving to people through our courses that we teach. And now, as I've gotten even older and more experienced, I'm starting to realize I really have to step up the game and start sharing my stuff in the form of mentoring, coaching, guiding. And the reason that I thought about this, and it really dawned on me, is that my younger son, the businessman that he is always listening to books and videos. And so, Dad, I'm reading this book. You got to read this book. So I read the book. We had a conversation about it. And then the author of the book had a video, and he sent me the video, and I watched it. And the author of the book was saying that one of the most important things when you're trying to build a business is that you have to actually don't focus on selling products, don't focus on selling stuff. You need to focus on what do people really need and build a relationship with people. Don't just try to give people stuff or sell people stuff because it won't work. The guy was explicit. You are going to fail. But if you have something valuable to offer and if people can really use what you need, well, they're going to beat a path to your door because that's important. Talissa, that's what we do. My life's work, your life's work so far as well. We've developed the learner's mindset approach. It's wonderful. It's an opportunity to help people take challenges and struggles and turn them into opportunities. And you do so by changing the way that you think and by changing your approach to learning and then by changing the learning environment. And if you think about the graduate programs that we've run and taught in, we have this CSLE plus COVA approach where we create a significant learning environment and we immerse students in that learning environment and we give them choice, ownership, and voice through authentic learning opportunities, right? The CSLE plus COVA. We have all this good stuff that we have been sharing with our students through our grad programs, but you know what? That's not enough. World can benefit from our stuff. I've been working with a variety of different community groups and different organizations and talking to different business peoples. The organizational change courses that we offer our students, all those key ideas in those courses, so many business people want. My older son, who is working in the biking industry and is also running a service center in a bike shop, he's dealing with all these ideas that he can learn from the organizational change course. So many people all around me can benefit from these ideas. I've been working with a couple of young people within this one organization, and they're leading some children's programs. That's what we do. I'm going to be meeting with this one individual this weekend, sharing, spending a half a day with her to help her develop all these ideas. We have an opportunity to coach, guide, mentor, and share all the good stuff that we're doing. And so that's where I'm going. And I know you're excited about doing that because we've established the learner's mindset. We've established these new resources. We've got all these courses and opportunities that we are making available. And the exciting thing is that people can benefit from all this stuff. So what do you think about where I'm taking this tangent, this stuff?
So lots of things running through my mind. The first thing I thought about was we're truly engaging with stuff that sticks, if you will. So people who choose to engage with us take that journey with us. And I think what's interesting about that is when I think about, you talked about the organizational change course, I was thinking about the work that I do in the Honors College and the Texas Academy, which is our high school program at Lamar. And all I could think about was, I've not done one presentation that did not include my why, my how, my what, and these big picture ideas of the learner's mindset. And I think for that reason, and the way I've connected and engaged with people throughout, short 20 to 30-minute slide decks at most, but I choose to engage with people during those times. When I think about that and the 3 times the amount of students who have been interested and signed up and actually applied and enrolled in the Texas Academy. And we had maybe 13 apps last year and over 80 this year. So when I think about different people engaging with me from an organizational change perspective and having that open mindset of a learner's mindset, I want people to, engage with us, walk with us, don't just, talk the rhetoric, but actually do this with us. And they start to see that the stuff that they're learning about, these ideas, really sticks. So when you say stuff, I want to say stuff that sticks. I've watched several of our graduate students. Matter of fact, I was looking on Facebook yesterday, and we had one of our real high achieving graduates. Matter of fact, I think we offered her an award a couple of years back, and she had taken a job with Fried Technology, and so she's over at ISTE presenting and sharing with the world her big picture ideas. And I think that because she chose to take that journey with us, and she took what she learned in her program, in the digital learning leading program, and at that time that's what it was called, and brought it with her to her, her innovative edge with her to this Fried Technology. And she's in a room full of ISTE teachers sharing, right? And she's adopted such a learner's mindset along the way. And I know, and then she's also found some like-minded individuals, similar to her. But she has found her way through this stuff that sticks and made it her own. She didn't just, oh yeah, let me follow this like to a T. She was able to then take it, repurpose it, repackage it, which is exactly what we do. We take a whole bunch of different ideas, we pull them together in a meaningful way, and we share them out. And that's what the purpose of, I think, this learner's mindset discussion is today, is how we share out and disseminate some of that stuff that sticks with us through our programs, through our lives, but also through the work that we do on the daily. It doesn't matter what that is. We live this, we breathe this. That's just a quarter of what I was thinking while you're talking.
Well, I, I, um, I chuckle about that because you mentioned a quarter. My mind is going off as well in terms of some of the tangents, and I think one of the important things that I have realized is that my personal goal, and I know you share the same goal, that we're trying to change the world one learner at a time. That's great. That's wonderful. Over the years that I've been doing this, I probably have dealt with thousands of students, and so I think I've had a bit of an impact. But I think it's time to scale that up a little bit. I think it's time to share that with even more people. As I've been meeting with different community groups and different organizations and different people, I had one young, mid-30s gentleman. I explained how you take notes and the information transfer model, you repeat or you expose yourselves to the same information over a period of 24 to 48 hours. I talked about how you encode information, take it in, and all just common sense things that I take for granted. And he went, "Oh my God, why didn't anybody tell me that when I was an undergraduate? That would have changed my life." And it sort of dawned on me, yeah, you know what? My older son Levi is going to school this fall. And I'm currently working on a series of videos, and I'm going to put this into a course where he's going into a technical training type of a school. And over the next few years, he's going to have to regurgitate a lot of stuff. And then when he goes out in the field, a couple of years later, he's probably going to go into an engineering program. Again, more technical, more stuff, more information. But if I really help him with the study skills, with the note taking, with the understanding how the information transfer model works, how we can prepare for those tests, it's going to be amazing. Now, you hear that in the background. I'm in my backyard, my new backyard, and there is the sounds of the birds and the sounds of the construction. It's summertime here in North Vancouver, so people are building. So I apologize for that. Sounds like a saw. Sorry about that. Getting back to what I'm going to be preparing for Levi. Well, this gentleman I was talking to, I mentioned these ideas, and he said, "Dwayne, you got to write a book about that." And I said, "Well, actually, I don't need to. We're going to put it into a course, videos, a variety of other things. We'll make it available." So I'm excited about this. I'm at that point in my life where I'm realizing I need to share all this stuff. And you are at that point where you have even more students impact through the honors program and the work that you're doing. And so I'm excited for this next little page to turn, this next chapter to begin, where we start to take all the work that we've been doing over the last 6-7 years together, and work that I've done prior to that, and we start to share it out with even more people. And maybe we're going to ramp up, not just changing the world one learner at a time. Maybe it's going to be one group at a time. Because guess what? Everybody can benefit by changing their approach to thinking about learning, right? Really think about learning differently, recognizing that learning is this amazing natural intrinsic capacity that we've been gifted with. Also changing their approach to the way that they embrace learning and the way that they work about learning. That's going to be important. Whether you're a student, whether you're a business person, whether you're a teacher, changing those things are significant. And then recognizing the environment. The environment's powerful, right? Look at the environment that I'm in right now. It changes the perspective. I had to put on my dark glasses because I'm squinting otherwise. The environment has an impact on everything you do. And so if you change the learning environment, it changes the whole dynamic. So, the learner's mindset, which is really sort of the overarching perspective of how we can implement that significant learning environment change, and then the COVA approach, and then all the things that grow out of that. So I'm excited about being able to share all these things and make this available to many, many more students. Our grad students have benefited, and they've shared it with their students. I just want to share it with the world. And as I heard in that video, if you have something important to share that is going to change people's lives, it's almost your responsibility to do so. So this is going to be an exciting new chapter for us in terms of broadening our scope of sharing all the exciting stuff that we do, stuff that sticks, stuff that is going to change the world one learner at a time, stuff that's going to impact communities, stuff that is going to make people's lives better. This is going to be an exciting several chapters that we're embarking in. So I'm excited. I know, can you tell I am a little bit excited? Hard to tell with the dark glasses, but.
So it's good. I'm looking forward to it too. I think the lives that we'll impact, the lives that we could potentially shift and change, that's like a pay it forward movement, if you will. Others will change others' lives as they see and benefit from what we're looking to do. So I can't wait.
Yeah, I think we have a responsibility. If the comment from this gentleman last week in our conversation says, "Why didn't somebody show me this? Why didn't anybody show me these ideas?" In less than an hour, I sort of explained how things work, and he goes, "Oh my gosh, that would have changed my world." Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's make that difference in other people's worlds. And you know what? This video, if people see it, I encourage people to join us in this endeavor of changing the world. There's so many amazing things that we can explore and make a difference in. I take a look at my boys, my younger son. He left his business here, shut it down, moved to a new part of the province, a small little town, and in 2 months he's got a new business up and running. I think next week he's launching, and he's got multiple products. He's providing a solution to a very significant problem for a very specific group of people. And it's one of those things. When he showed me it, he was here a couple of weeks back. He showed me the product or the device, and I went, "Oh my gosh, that makes sense." And then my next question was, "Didn't somebody build that?" Like, you would think somebody would have built that. And he goes, "No, Dad, nobody did. The company's focusing on this," right? I go, "Oh, Caleb, that'll work." Like, it's one of those no brainer. You just look at something and think, somebody figured that out, right? There's so many opportunities there. And so Caleb has grown up in that environment. He sees challenges, problems, circumstances as opportunities to make a difference, opportunities for growth, opportunities to improve other people's lives. And he lives in a learner's mindset. I was hanging out with my older son last night, and he's still racing. He's still doing stuff. We've moved into this new place, and he's got schemes and dreams. And in the conversation, I was kind of chuckling to myself, "Man, you don't realize how hard some of these things that you're talking about are." He's a delusional optimist like his dad. He is, but at the same time, he's not, because he has that learner's mindset. Everything around him is an opportunity. And it was exciting. We were doing some work. A person drove up, and he sold one of his high-end bikes to a person here on the shore. And the guy drove up, and he thanked my son profusely. He said, "So amazing. I really appreciate the work you're doing. I'm just some random guy that you contacted, that bought your bike off of you. Yet you've helped me with this. You helped me with that. You've changed my world." If we share this capacity that we have with others, we're changing the world, and it's exciting. There's a lot of doom and gloom out there, terrible stuff happening, but at the same time, so many opportunities. I think about your kids. They're at that amazing age where you're guiding and poking and prodding, and they, if you keep on helping them develop that learner's mindset, it never goes away. They too will become delusional optimists. That might drive some teachers crazy. It might drive some other people crazy. But at the same time, the world will be filled with opportunities for them. And that's what we can give to everybody. I'm excited. Final thoughts before I keep on gushing?
Yeah, I'm just looking forward to, being able to connect one-on-one with people, being able to expose some of the work that we've been doing through the learner's mindset in a way that reaches more people than, how we've been doing it in the past. I think it's time. I think we're ready for this, and I'm looking forward to getting our, books published and some of the research published that we've been working on. And we've already, got a good what, over 100 videos or so, I think, on Learner's Mindset channel, and I think in YouTube, and we got more to come. So looking forward to this, new adventure. And just like you just packed up all your stuff and moved, here we go. We're ready to go.
Yes, turning the page.
Yeah.
An old Bob Seger song. Yeah. Listen, it's exciting. This next few videos are going to have different backgrounds because I'm exploring my new environment. And I was actually going to shoot this on the other side of the house, but I realized because there's a wonderful ocean view, but there's cars driving by. Did you hear any cars? Just a house in between the road, and the road's a little ways away, and you can't hear the cars. But we did hear, oh, can you hear the birds? And we did hear some construction going on, and every once in a while you're going to hear a ship, the ship's horn. So it's interesting. So I'm excited to explore this new location, explore the new opportunities, and more importantly, keep on working with you to change the world one learner at a time. Yeah.